Can you think of a story based on the sound sequence that you have just heard? I can. It is about a groom-to-be who died in a traffic accident. One day before the wedding ceremony, he and his fellow groomsmen threw a bachelor party. They had too much fun, one drink after another. The party ended, and the groom-to-be was the one who had drunk the most. The groomsmen advised him to take a taxi home. But despite all of the advices, he drove home. And while driving on the road, he couldn't control himself because he had drunk too much. His face was red and he couldn't walk normally. Eventually, he couldn't hit the brake in time and collided with a lorry opposite his car. And a traffic accident occurred. He was seriously bleeding, injured. People around him noticed that and took him to the hospital as quickly as they could. However, despite all of the efforts made by the doctors, he couldn't breathe normally and eventually died in the intensive care unit of the hospital. The couple were about to tie the knot, just one sleep away from getting married, and the accident has turned everything upside down. The person who cried the most since the groom-to-be's death was his fiancée. The traffic accident has ruined everything, has ruined the happiness of a couple. For a very long time, alcoholic drinks have been popular beverages for adults. Drinking is popular among everybody in the society around the world. However, drinking moderately and unreasonably will lead to alcohol addiction, and this affects our lives a lot. Not only the drinkers themselves, but the society as well. Alcoholic drinks are beverages such as wines, beers, and ciders. They contain a substance, an organic compound called ethanol. Alcoholism is the state of getting addicted to alcohol. People get addicted to alcohol when they have drunk a lot of alcoholic drinks in a period of time. And drinking so much alcohol will lead to alcohol addiction. Most people get addicted to alcohol due to mental illness that they have during their life, or they are having trouble. Let's take an example of this: South Korea. South Korea has 1.6 million alcoholics statistically in 2016. Most of them drink because of stressful jobs, and even for students, they have academic pressure, and therefore they the last solution to the problems are alcohol drinks. That shows how seriously have alcohol addiction affected the citizens of South Korea. How does alcohol addiction affect the drinkers themselves? Ethanol in alcoholic drinks, together with substances in our human body, to be more exact, the stomach, create a compound called acetaldehyde, commonly known as ethanol, which is listed in Group 1 of carcinogen substances by the IARC, International Association Research on Cancer, meaning that alcoholic drinks is one of the main causes that cause cancer in our human body. Not only do they cause cancer, but they also affect our livers as well. Many liver illnesses are caused by alcoholic drinks, such as fatty liver and more. But alcoholic drinks do not affect the drinkers only. They affect the society as well. In Vietnam, there have been many propagandas about traffic accidents here in my country. But in 2016, statistics shows that drunk driving and riding accounts for 40% of the number of traffic accidents occurred in Vietnam. This shows how serious alcohol addiction can affect a society and a country like Vietnam. But not only do accidents are caused by alcohol addiction, but also domestic violences. In the USA in 2016, drunk people caused 92% of the whole number of domestic violence in the United States of America. That shows how serious alcohol addiction have caused to the family happiness. You can easily witness people in one family fighting against each other in every single country. I have seen it all. My father was seriously addicted to wines and beers, and he couldn't live without them. He had committed many violences to my family. To take an example, one day my mom went home later than usual. She was tired after a day of hard work. I was watching TV in the lounge, and there comes my dad from upstairs. He was running quickly downstairs. He grabbed a mango and threw towards my mom. She was seriously hurt. She cried a lot. She has just came home, and that violence occurred to her suddenly. She hadn't prepared for that. I had to remain calm. I had to remain cool-headed. I had to run all the way from my home to my grandparents' home nearby to ask for their help. Upon return to my house, the house has turned into a mess of broken glasses and fruits all on the floor, together with arguments and taboos. I cannot believe that I have just heard my father swearing in front of me, my grandparents, and my younger sister, who has just arrived home. I had to remain cool-headed because I didn't want to mess things up. My father's actions were unacceptable. I cannot believe he's the person who taught me not to lead into fights with anybody else. And now, he did that to his wife, which is my mom. What an unbelievable scene I have ever witnessed. That has shown how serious can alcohol addiction cause to the family happiness. This can obviously cause separation and, more seriously, divorce. I have drunk some light alcoholic drinks such as ciders and champagne during my family parties. And to be honest, I must admit that these alcoholic drinks are good for our health. They are good for our heart's health, and we'll be able to strengthen our life by drinking moderately. However, if you don't know your limit in drinking, it will lead to alcohol addiction, and this will affect the society as well as the drinkers a lot. As I have said, the hazardous consequences of alcohol addiction. There are many solutions to this problem. We can spread the knowledge of alcohol addiction to the society so that they know that alcohol is good, but getting addicted to alcohol is not a good thing. And also, we can apply taxes and restrictions on promotions on alcoholic drinks like Vietnam has just done for wines. No promotions on wine are applied in every single supermarket and department stores here in Vietnam. And eventually, this is to my father, together with the drinkers who have committed domestic violences, to the whole society. If you are hearing this, please remember the time you committed those violences to your family, to your children, to your wives, to your spouses, to your husbands. What will happen if you hadn't done that? The world will become a better place if you drink less and drink low or non-alcoholic drinks such as water, milk, juice, and non-alcoholic beers. This will obviously make a world a better place to live in the future. Your action will make a change to the world. Thank you.